really. I would go as close as possible and do some sort of ritual thing. Not really helping, is it? But then again, I never really did make much progress on what he's actually doing.
Well, this ritual seems complicated. It would take time to even if he has everything prepared. Performing it would take some time.
Oh, certainly. One does not simply fight a force of nature without preparation.
And he would do it near the Ashwood and not in his own tower, is what you're saying.
I would suspect as much, as at least I haven't seen any indication of him doing anything of the sort while I was there. He left a lot, he mostly used the tower as his winter house, as he liked to call it.
Does such a powerful ritual, can it be enacted anywhere, or does it need a specific spot or two for his ritual to work, I wonder?
That is something I've wondered as well. However, I have no real answer. I don't have any wizard buddies to ask, you know. I can just know things that I see, and I'm not a magic person, I'm afraid. Avendra shouts, "But I am!" Goes back to shooting.
Yes,
She'll
you
be a
are.
great arcane archer someday.
Shooting arrows of death.
Your accuracy still needs some work, though.
So, getting inside of the tower, if the rumors are indeed correct about it just being part of something big below, then surely there's ventilation shafts and maintenance hatches. I know those dwarves, they like their maintenance hatches.
Where would we need? We would need. I seem to think. Where would we actually need to go to find information of such an old construction, though? A library, some learned wise man.
Well, the most obvious choice would be Genderhof, I suppose, but I don't think the dwarves living there would be willing to share anything. Libraries, unlikely.
Tyraxus looks to Rakax. Perhaps Tandalin would know. He likes stories.
He also lives in a rather dangerous place.
I know.
Well, I just know that if I were to build a enormous, well, whatever it is, dwarven something, then I would certainly want fresh water. And there is a river rather close by, and if it is really as huge as the rumors say, then surely there might be some sort of tube leading there, or sewer, or whatever. That would at least be my first guess.
Tyraxus looks at him with disgust. More swimming? Snorts himself.
It does seem like everything we do revolves that, doesn't it?
I should have been born a bronze at this point, or a black. I'm not made for this. You be quiet up there.
But it just happens to be that I am actually capable of swimming out of all of us.
Did you speak common just now?
A even larger smirk. Yes.
His eyes thin. He
That's a problem.
Squints at him, then shakes his head. Whatever.
But it was quite easy to learn with all the arguments you had with that pixie.
Don't remind me.
Naturally, that pixie might be a decent scout for this very job. Having fun in remote villages around the forest doesn't seem too hard. Trying to find some place where there's a wizard, tracing magical entities, that sort of thing. Mr. Vyncent, don't you think he could lend a hand?
Sorry, who?
Pixie.
I wouldn't rely on him too much. He has a very short attention span. You could ask him. Whatever he's bound to find out is probably going to be more useful than nothing, but he's certainly not going to straight up lie to you, but it might not be as helpful as you might hope.
Well, we should certainly ask him then.
Do you mind? You could hurt someone with it.
I will ask him if you want to, but you know what you're getting yourselves into.
Well, if you ask for us, I'm sure it'll be different.
I can probably convince him to not do his usual of asking something in return, considering that you are at least doing Lady Ashwood a favor after all. She would certainly like to get this pesky wizard removed.
So, then I would suggest that we take some downtime in which we go to a town, sell some stuff, maybe buy a few more things. Then we go. I mean, in the meantime, people, Vincent and this fairy and whatever scouts we might have, will look for this ritual site, and if we have time, we will then go and attack it.
But the thing is, we don't know when he's going to be at the ritual site. Are we just going to lay in wait?
I mean, or ruin. I mean,
The other
if it's
option is
all
to...
he's worked for, then like steal like a critical item in it, and he'll have to come and take a look. I'm sure he'd like acolytes and stuff to work on it, but if there's a big problem, he'll come there, and then we'll take him down.
Maybe. If he has like a coven or something working the place, but it might just be a place of like many ley lines or something he's going to utilize.
If we end up being completely unable to locate it, though, then we might actually go in and check out his base. That check out if there's some tunnels or something underneath we can get into. Yeah, sounds like a plan. With a plan B even.
Sure, we could send out. We certainly need to. I mean, yeah, he probably needs some specific spot for what he's trying to do. If he doesn't, if he can be anywhere, then it's going to be a real problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe Pixie can scout for us. Maybe he's good at finding the wizard. And yeah, except that, I guess dive under and take a look at the ancient dwarven place.
Mm-hmm. So, Sheep, how many days downtime would you say it would take for us to find something interesting, or to be able to sell and purchase stuff?
Let me take a look at my calendar. A trip to Epkin, I suppose, is what you're looking for. That would take 2 days if you really try to sell everything immediately as you arrive there. Probably 3 days, really. If you want to take downtime, I would suggest 4 days.
Sure.
All right, that sounds fair. 4 days of downtime. I will share the loot then, so you can decide what you want to buy during the downtime and get all that done with.
Whoop.
So we can be ready for next session to go and do stuff.
Yes.
We have a few fights loot gathered up. Alright, let's see here. We get each that amount. Everyone got that?
But how much was that? Is that each or?
Yep.
Oh,
Very nice.
that puts me up to having over 6k now.
Yep.
Well, we're still bound to only buying stuff for 1k.
I know, but the point is I have money. I have a hoard.
That said, during the second day of your downtime, you will also get the following.
off! You. God damn it! Should we just go now and have a talk with this guy, because I'm kind of interested in what he's
What?
saying.
Where did we get that message from?
If that's a sending, it tells us exactly who the sender is.
You know exactly who the sender is.
We can do that
But
next
how
time.
did we
I
get
can't
that
do
message?
it now.
Probably sending.
Oh, but
spell.
it's such a
Sending
cliffhanger.
spell, yes.
But I can't do it now. It's too late.
This should be the opening for next time, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Can that be cheap? Opening the next time?
I think that's good.
Alright.
It will
Yeah, we-
involve a lot of combat, so...
Well,
I mean, what?
Tentalind at least held for like 3 days, so
He's completely unreliable.
yeah.
I mean, what kind of dragon is he again?
The brass dragon.
Aren't they like the chatterbox
Slandering
ones?
dragon,
Yeah,
yeah.
they are the talking dragons. And again, blues hate them because they compete for the same environment and resources.
I would like to say that maybe he just really sucks at lying.
No, he couldn't keep it in.
No, he's just...
I think
They're known for whenever you tell them a secret, they're like, the next time they talk, they're like, "Did you hear?" And he's like, "I'm not supposed to say it, but," and then he tells everything.
Oh. Then why did we tell him so much?
What? I tried not to. I was basically saying, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about other things.
Mm.
You like to talk about other people's secrets as well.
Sending also allows you to send an answer if you so wish.
No, I'm
Can we
good.
set a fart sound back?
We will be there. We did not want to disturb you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
The dragon can choose to do another sending if he wants to reply to that.
Oh God, I'm listening to Bastion, and now I just heard that guy say, "You'll be sorry for what you've done when you're played with a loaded gun." Damn
We're
it!
Dragon. We're the
Like
gun.
we are now gonna trust the promise of a chaotic, evil red dragon.
Yeah, actually, just saying.
We're not going to trust anything.
Just saying. I don't think my character
We're
would
going
trust
to
us flat out.
go so that we don't bother. I mean, even going through that water place will probably be good, because then we can retreat back into it. So bring rope.
Sure, I'll bring the... I have like a bandolier with things tucked into it.
Yes, this is one campaign. I have no regrets of putting points in swim.
It has been
It's a class skill for you
surprisingly
guys too. So
surprisingly useful. I might put a point in it myself next time.
Because I put skill points in climb, skill points into swim.
Yeah.
You know, even though I keep rolling ones whenever I seem to first roll these in session. You know, most of the time it should go well, in theory. In theory. I wonder why Manakai won't use fish talk finally.
well,
That's what Lauren says. I don't know where the fish came from. I don't see it
It's
seen
true
it.
though, but you know.
There are no fish in this little like. It's not even a brook. It's like a stream.
You know, maybe you can convince the fish not to flee when you pick them up, and then you'll just eat them.
I mean,
backhanded.
I mean, all it allows him to do is talk to him. It doesn't mean they like him.
Well, you really like to eat fish, didn't you?
The little brook to the north does have the occasional small fish.
Aww. Does fish count, or does amphibian count as fish
Amphibians? No.
in this game?
Depends on
Like
the
a frog
amphibian
is not
normally.
a fish.
Well, I think it said a shark was,
Yeah, but that's at least a water living
And-
thing.
and some amphibians live in water.
Yeah, sharks and dolphins would still count for the purpose of fish, even though they're not technically, because of classification in IRL. But
Hmm.
Thanks for the session, guys.
Yeah. Thanks for the session.
Alright.
I need to sleep so much.
as for tomorrow, we're beginning with roleplay.
Yeah.
I in theory roleplay, unless you guys want to like kill everything in sight.
Talk to you later.
I mean, kind of want to.
kill everything?
I mean,
Including each other.
No. Bye,
I
guys.
mean, even if they take
oh
away,
dear.
even if they take away each other, they'll be left with like, oh, look at all these friendly NPCs. Die,
So
die.
the purchase limit is still 1,000.
Yes.
That is incredibly limited.
Abkin hasn't grown very much. Fun fact.
No.
You know, but you're a dragon. You're supposed to have a horde, right?
But I want to get
I
things.
currently have a 6,000 gold horde.
Let's see. What can I actually
Please.
buy for 1,000 gold?
Is my horde larger than that dragon's horde? I nearly 7k of gold. But you can get like cloaks of resistance, which you might already have. Braces of armor, technically, which do not stack with mage armor.
Yeah, so it's not really needed.
Like later on, high-level versions of brace of armor, sure, that'll be nice later. But that's high-level versions.
I could get a sleeve of many garments.
You're not. What outfits does you as a dragon want?
I don't know.
Great. Now, I just had the thought. Like, whenever we go north, you change into just like some like cold weather dog outfit.
Let's see. Your soul soup allows an extra saving throw against mind affecting.
If you are looking for some soul soup. Of course, we didn't ask the most important question. Do we level?
That's an important piece of information that I should have told everyone before they left. Yes.
But you can
Hooray!
do level. Fun fact. We can't poke jokes Manikai now. He's slightly bigger.
That's right.
Also,
Gross.
I can give you an exact amount of experience if you want to, but I'd rather really do away with that because I already have to scale up encounters, sometimes significantly, for them to be a challenge. So,
my recalculation.
rather than pretending that third-party content is balanced, I prefer to just give you the levels when it's appropriate.
All right.
I can understand that.
That is certainly up to you.
I've gone for a very convoluted thing. I've had to like do equation to get it to do even work for they can frame with the high level encounters. Reasonably.
That is certainly up to you, sheep. Just don't do what Malachi did and keep us at level 12 for like half a year and then be like, oh, you haven't leveled up in like 3 months. in World of Darkness.
Age of Darkness. Come on,
Age of Darkness. World of Darkness. Oh, that's the vampire setting. That's right.
Though I'm sure that'd be an interesting setting to play in.
Dragons in World of Darkness, yeah.
So we are level 5, which means me and Jonas get a defense each.
Yes! Unlimited power is probably going to be natural armor.
If you wanted that 5 DR magic,
No.
you are now high enough level to grab it.
It's certainly good.
Your weapons count as magic.
My weapons would count as magic. But as soon as I get like an amulet of mighty fists, which I will get, that's gonna...
Part of me wants to take it just because of all these people we've been fighting about magic weapons, but I know at some point a lot of things are going to be magic.
Yeah, in a few levels.
Not everything, but a lot of things will be magic.
Yeah. It's really powerful now in the beginning. It's not going to be super powerful later on.
And of course we could always get extra bonuses to armor class, just flat, which you get more natural armor, I think. We might have to wait a few levels for that.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick that because more AC is always very useful.
You could always go down the spell resistance route, of course, because that's the thing.
No. It's going to be more trouble than it's going to be worth with the as we're playing with the current rule set basically, because every time someone casts a spell on me, we need to penetrate that, and will be a lot of extra dice rolls that would take time, and sometimes maybe a critical spell will actually fail, which would be bothersome. Although I like the idea with the reflective scales.
You could take energy resistance.
I have energy resistance.
Well, you could increase it, I suppose.
I guess.
I will save the server now. Just make sure to send me your character sheet before next session.
Sure. Let me save it.
Yeah, from what I can tell, Jonas, is the first time you would take energy resistance, your your 5 electricity would go to 10 electricity. The second time it would go to 20. The third time it would go to
30.
I think that's how it goes. Looking at this, no, we go to. Let's see. The first time would be 5, and then it increased to 10. So it's going to go to 15 the second time, and then the
Not
third time
worth
it's
it.
25.
Not worth it.
So
The
it's
first
5.
one might be, but it's not.
It's
not
5 the
great.
first time, 5 the second time, 10 the third time. Looking at this.
It's not great. It's really cool, like the ancient dragons, you get immunity to your element. But I don't think you can get that in the...
Not as these.
No.
I'm very tempted to take the hardened scales just because we are going to sometimes fight things that aren't using magic. DR5 is a lot of DR still.
It's certainly useful. And having your claws being naturally magical certainly helps.
I don't even need magic items on me for it. Anything. Because I might possibly sometimes I might not want a amulet of natural armor with enhancement bonus flat on it. I might put like something else on it, like shocking or etc. etc. Technically, you could get impact, I guess, amulet of mighty fist, which is kind of cool. Or you count as one size larger for damage purposes.
Sure.
Actually, that might turn out good for me if I'm going for like because if I'm going for like
It's good because we have so many attacks.
I was with flyby attack later. That would also improve vital striking if I go for that route. Could make the dice bigger, which is what all vital strike is about. The bigger dice.
Right.
My con bonus to HP goes up from 12 to. I get 3 more, so that go up to 15. I get 2 more hit points from that. So we get to 10.
Let's see what I get for hit points.
It's a good question, isn't it? I've rolled badly for every level up to now, so I'm hoping I get something decent.
I hope you get something decent too.
Can I get something higher than a 4 this time on the D12? I got a 6. Well, slightly better. I have 55 hit points, I think. A rough guess. Do the calculation in a minute.
Let's see what we can do with this. Oh, 7. I'll take it.
1 better than me. Let's go ahead and load up the framework so I can make the edit to my token now.
Let's see, level 5. Bum 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 bum. 5.
Our saves don't go up in this level, we get 1 more BAB. And we gain no other cool special abilities.
Saves don't go up?
Saves do not go up, we get 444 still. This would be a level when our worst save goes up, we don't have a worst save.
It's really stupid that not only do we have all good saves, but they don't go up every level.
It's really annoying.
Inconceivable.
Good news,
How
Jones.
dare they?
I get a nice bonus level this level though.
Yes.
My elemental aura for 1d6 extra damage goes to 2d6 every extra damage.
Ta-da!
Which
Also,
that's gonna it's pretty painful.
Speaking of inconceivable, I watched The Princess Bride again yesterday.
It's great. It's just great.
Will Tyraxus learn how to burrow?
It's not a defensive thing, so I can't pick it at this level.
You will pick it in future, I assume.
I will pick it in the future, yes.
Affinity to Earth, I guess that would be.
Yes. The thing is, I am incredibly feat starved.
Well, you can get it as one of your natural gifts. Don't have to take it to feet to get it.
I know. But there's a lot of things I would like to get. But yes, Burrow, I do plan to take it. Let's see here. 5, Draconic Defense.
I have 5 DR magic now. Let's punch that in. Level 5 we also get a feat, don't we? Because it's odd level.
Oh,
That's like important.
that is important. Yes, that is important.
My mom's like going for everything. Like, I'm sure I'm missing something. Oh.
That is very important. Might take improved breath weapon, so I get my DC up a little bit.
Well, improved breath weapon.
Ability focus?
The ability focused breath weapon, what you're looking for. Which is plus 2 DCs to 1 ability of your choice, which would be breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, that also works with critical feats, which no one ever remembers. They're going for a very critical focus build. You know.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying if you
that would be silly with natural weapons.
You see my claws are both like keen rapiers.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that'd be scary. Now I get the fun because you're someone I think is meticulously you've meticulously planned what feats you're going to get, haven't you?
I have a rough thought, yes.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm picking this level.
So what can I get for defense? Aerial elevation? Nope. Baffled eardrums? Nope. Enchanted scales? Yes.
You could just get the plus 2 natural armor again.
Yeah.
Thing.
Energy resistance I already have. Hardened scales. Yeah.
Extra gift. I would like the extra gift one. That's nice. Crush. That's just amusing. Just land on the enemy. Not big enough for it, but you know.
Spatial sense.
I don't have a breath weapon yet, so I can't take debilitating breath weapon.
Spell resistant? No. Thickened scales. Yeah, it's probably hardened scales or thickened scales for defense.
Do you want DR or do you want AC?
I don't know. Probably AC. As the thing is, like anything non-magical after a certain level, and anything non-magical wouldn't be able to hurt you much anyway. It's like, oh, the villager runs up with a sword, it hits you. It's non-magical.
The rangers walk up and shoot you with their longbow, with their their favorite enemy dragon.
Yeah, well,
there's also animals and like vermin and stuff who don't have magical attacks.
Mm-hmm. Which is the reason I'm going for it. But yeah, it's true. Against certain things, like other dragons, it's going to be useless. But you take what you believe is, you know, appropriate for your character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. For the feat, yeah, might improve my breath DC.
I don't get that choice yet. Other things you might be do with you has let's swear it. You could get sculpted breath weapon.
The thing is, Malorn, that yes, burrow is very important, but this is a normal feat, and I can take burrow with a gift. I can't take the improved breath weapon DC with a gift. And I get more gifts than I get normal feats.
You could take sculpt breath weapon.
Sculpt? No.
It allows you to change the shape of your breath weapon. You can have it as a cylinder that's 10-foot radius and 30 feet high. You can have it as a cone, a 30-foot cone. You can have it as 4 10-foot cubes. A ball that is 20-foot radius spread. A 120-foot line.
You know, as far as feats go, that doesn't sound terrible.
But you know, that's not bad. Also, for stuff like the 10.
Doesn't it lower the damage and stuff when you do that?
For lightning bolt, no, it doesn't say anything damage in here. It's just you could just change how the shape of the breath weapon is. For this one, the one that lowers damage is the split breath weapon when you fire it in 2 directions at once. I'd say it's the argument. You know, it's only 3 times per day with this, but the point stands like, oh, you know what? I put a 10-foot cube in front of me and a 10-foot cube behind me, and lightning both of them. Wait, it can. Okay, no, these can be sent anywhere in the normal line of effect or cones effect. Okay, so in your case, you can place 10-foot cubes anywhere along the normal line, or the radius anywhere across the line. Still, that allows you to basically create a fireball version of your lightning. in whatever the range of your line is. It's not bad.
It's not bad, but I am already hitting with the chain lightning effect quite a bit.
It's true. It's true. The chain lightning does significantly help your line. There's just be slightly more ways to get primary hits instead of secondaries, but may not be the most important. The DC might be more important, possibly. I might take the draconic. Where are the draconic gifts again? Because is there one? I mean, there are some here for flying. I know. Just have to find which ones they are. Because I might go down that route now, because I don't know what feats to take.
I'll take detect valuables.
It's tempting sometimes.
It's like, it looks valuable.
Oh, I forgot about Resounding Cool. It's basically you make a roar as a 4-round action, spend a point of draconic weaponry, and you can basically do a message spell up to 1 mile away.
Yep, maybe that's what the red did.
Just roaring. Well, 1 mile and every 1 mile, and 1 mile extra for every size category above small. So 2 miles for us right now. I must have raw draconic weaponry. Damn it. Predator speed, my base speed increased to 40 feet. No. Pacify the herd. Overland flight. You must be level 8 to take overland flight. Damn it. I'm not level 8 yet. I would love overland flight though. That would make my movement speed 120 feet. Which is pretty fast. You know what? This is something I plan to take later, but actually, I think I'm going to take something quite thematic as my feat. I think sheep will like it. Sheep.
Yeah.
The Draconic Gift of Ice Walking.
Okay.
You can move on across icy surface without penalty, and you do not need acrobatic spell. You don't need acrobatic checks to run or charge on ice. In addition, you can climb vertical or horizontal surfaces covered in ice as if you had spider climb. Does that technically mean I can use my breath weapon on a wall and freeze it and stand on it? The surface covered in ice, technically.
I guess if you don't abuse things like that.
I mean, I would have to spend draconic weaponry for every
That's true. That's very true.
But the point is, it's basically I can cast spider climb on this wall instead of on me. And I can have some fun role playing moments with that. Technically I don't have a breath weapon yet anyway, so I have to wait. But I think that's just thematic to take.
Where did you see the Sculpt's Breath?
It is a feat at the very, very bottom of the book. It's a gift, which you would take, extra draconic gift to take that.
I don't see it.
Was it a gift? One second, I'll scroll all the way back down.
I thought that was a 3.5 feet.
No, Sculpt's Breath Weapon, it's on the very final page of the book before you get the credits. Right above the picture of the dragon. Sculpt Breath Weapon. I'm not some barbarian with a brush, I'm an artist with a brush. You must have a breath weapon. Oh, and any other breath weapon feat. Okay. You do actually have other breath weapon feat. You have Chain Lightning Breath.
I do.
Benefit 3 times per day. At that free action, you can even modify your breath weapon by changing its area and shape to either a cylinder, a 40-foot cone, cube. This effect can be centered anywhere in the area or the line's normal effect. Wait. I just realized something. Sheep.
Yeah.
This effect can be centered anywhere in the normal line or cone's effect.
Yeah.
So I could expand my breath at a certain point into a cone?
Let me see the exact wording.
That's what I'm trying to work out now. Like, how would that work with his line here? I'm curious. Because now the 120-foot line, could you make it curve around a corner?
I don't know.
That would be quite impressive.
3 times per day only. The point stands.
It's the last page you said.
The very, very last page before the credits comes up, page 39.
Modify your breath weapon. I have a cylinder, a foot of...
The effect can be centered anywhere on the normal line or current effect.
The breath weapon works normally in all respects except for its shape.
Point is, the line that the effect can be centered anywhere in the normal line or current effect. That is what's getting me.
I don't think you can do a 120-foot line from anywhere in the 120-foot line.
You see my point of confusion here, right?
Because then you could... I
Can
don't
I
know.
can I from anywhere down the line suddenly just shoot out a 30-foot cone anywhere I want?
I mean...
It like refracts.
Yeah, exactly. It's this fractal breath.
Or suddenly at the very end it turns into a fireball and explodes.
Yeah, and at the very end, it's a huge explosion. It's pretty cool.
Maybe it like hits a metallic rock and just lightning shoots everywhere.
I was beating some pretty snazzy sand for that to be a thing.
Only 3 times per day. You need to restock on sand afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You see the point, right?
I mean, since the sentence does say the effect can be centered, I think it only refers to ball, cube, and the cylinder. On the other hand, I mean...
You see what they're saying, right? I've had cool visions outside as well where it's like, okay, can we send him I create a 120-foot line that's going straight down. Wait, what? I strike them with lightning, basically. You can make it look like you're striking someone with lightning. That'd be cool, right?
Our uses of draconic weaponry, was that level based?
It's half our level plus our con mod.
Right.
Half level rounded down, remember. In my case, I have half level plus con mod plus 2 because I took the feat for it, but that's because my icy breath basically gets you. I could use it on every turn and use the entire supply in one battle. So, kind of need it. I can write down on my sheet. I have ice walking now. I guess that's a movement-based thing.
Yeah, I don't know how that feat is supposed to be.
How would a chain lightning cone in the middle of my chain lightning breath line?
Well, what that would do
work?
is, you'd have at a random point in there, the cone starts where the actual damage is, and everything 30 feet of the cone would start getting electrocuted.
Just I breathe into a window and everything in the house basically explodes.
Yeah, the thing is, it's like this very thin and like very precise line of lightning that shoots down, and then just suddenly it ruptures and electrocutes everything else. Like, you go shoot a fireball version that's a 20-foot radius, and then everyone in 30 feet of that gets the secondary damage. That's a lot of lightning, right?
I guess.
It's a cool idea. How useful is that? Depends how much you want to alter your breath weapon shape.
I mean, with that kind of feat, if it really works the way it's worded, which means that you can start a 120-foot line or the cone from anywhere, you can basically hit whatever you want to hit.
Yes.
The fun thing, Jonas, since the 120-foot line doesn't start where you are technically, it's just like suddenly there's a horizontal line of lightning going across the room.
Yeah, it just shoots out from it.
Which I guess you describe as like refracting off walls or whatever, but it's pretty amusing.
It could be very interesting as a complete like snipe thing you could do with the breath.
It's like 120 foot away, you begin a 120-foot line. Well, actually, whatever your range is, I think your range is right now, it's like 40 feet, is it, or 60 feet?
And it can come out at an angle, so I could basically shoot down one line and then fractal off and shoot down another line.
We use 10-foot cubes as well. I think the ball is a more amusing one. that 120-foot line, which you can start anywhere across your normal line's length. It's like, Because the line doesn't trace back to you. It's like, huh. Chat is saying rules of awesome sheep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. It's like, I don't know if it's meant to be that way, but who am I to judge, right?
Yeah, if your range right now is like 60 feet, that means anywhere within 60 feet you could suddenly just have like a 120-foot line start from that point. Anywhere in 60 feet you see. Ooh.
Might be cool.
I know, Grimmeth.
Might be cool.
I guess I should take away Mage Armor and Bless for next time, because I doubt they'll be running next time the server's on. And unless we manage to get the Bless those kobolds had before, the infinite duration Bless.
Sure.
You know, all things considered, your blast lasted way too long as well. Today, this session.
Should probably have ended when we attacked the Faraspans. For us to be like, I don't know about this anymore.
I mean, technically it doesn't auto-dispel. She could have spent a stand action to dispel it. You also dispel it from her, technically. Yeah. But she didn't make attack rolls. Her chain did, but not her. Chat wants more ice. I can give ice. Why do you need ice when you can fly? Because my lair! My lair is going to be filled with ice. Also later my breath weapon's going to be doing cool things like doing dex damage and like entangling people with ice. It's pretty awesome. I have to get the breath weapon first, but you know. Also, Jonas, that will make you afraid later on. You think Inabox is bad with her nauseating? Later on when your dex goes through the floor, when I start doing dex damage with my breath weapon.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like, Dex is the most dangerous stat for Dragon. I basically need... I'm gonna need a Dex belt to not, like, fall into a heap if I get exhausted.
And you know your favorite thing, Jonas?
Probably gonna get that belt so I can't get exhausted, honestly. It's a pretty good belt. It's just, nah, you can't exhaust me.
You know one of the best parts of it, though, Jonas?
What is the best part of it, though?
All things considered, your initiative is going to go through the floor.
Yeah, it's not gonna be great.
Because, you know, I know you're a person who loves your initiative.
I do. I'm gonna buy a thing to improve my initiative this very
The
moment.
Iron Stone of +1 initiative, improved initiative feat.
Indeed.
I know what the build you're going to go for. If you could, you take Familiar that grants initiative.
A scorpion, perhaps.
There are other ones that grant. There's like the little dinosaur Familiar that's +4.
Oh yeah, the Dinolophagosaurusifus.
Now, where you get such a Familiar from is your choice, but...
I mean, it's a dinosaur. It's practically a long-lost cousin thing.
Technically, you came from the Assyrian deserts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically, they're north of the jungle, though.
See?
And the jungle is one of the locations where you're likely to find dinosaurs. So... Time for a trip home?
Sure.
Though, you have me and Rakayak who are going to be looking at that and like, do we really want to go? It's like really dry.
We could buy a Traveler's Any tool.
We could buy a Traveler's Any tool. And technically, 3 of us have opposable claws.
Yeah.
Wait. Hey guys, my familiar is my long lost cousin. What, have you got a pseudo dragon familiar? That'd actually be pretty amusing. Like have a little the big dragon has a little pseudo dragon following it around.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. And I don't think any of us are chaotic good, are we?
No.
Neutral good or something in that range.
No, we're not good at all. We have 2 neutrals and 2 evils.
3 laws and 1 neutral in that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're a lawful group.
It's very similar to the way with the Wicked alignments, actually. Just slightly more spread
Very
out.
lawful group, and then you go like, "Hey, let's kill them."
Well, they insulted us and like,
I mean,
tricked us. It was like, well, there could be an exit.
I had to play was the most surprised because it's like, yeah, you guys are all the lawful ones. I'm supposed to be playing the neutral evil character, and you guys want to do murder? It's like, okay, I'm up for this. You don't need to ask me twice. My character has no qualms at breaking his word. He probably won't break his word all the time, but he has no qualms of doing it.
We can get mule back cords for you. So your strength counts as 8 higher when we calculate carrying capacity.
You know I already carry a goddamn... I can already carry a lot, right?
Yeah.
I don't need mule cords, plus that'd be humiliating.
I might get a Pathfinder pouch. They're kind of good.
What's the cheapest of like the handy haversack bag of holdings?
Pathfinder pouch is among those.
Okay. How much is it?
It's 1,000. Handy haversack is 2,000. Bio holding is 2,500.
Smiling Owl, the one thing to remember is Lawful Neutral being a personal code of honor. That isn't quite... You can't just say you have a personal code of honor and that makes you Lawful Neutral because a chaotic good person has a code of honor. Well, in a sense, they have a code, you know. They don't allow slavery. That's a code. They follow it. They won't break it.
Lawful Neutral is more along the lines of someone who's very strict, and usually it's monk types or like bureaucrats or something,
Yeah.
and they just like the law a lot.
You know, if you have a personal code, it's unbending, unflexible. It
They're
will
like-
not bend for any purpose.
They're like technocrats and basically
They are locked into tradition. They are normally closed-minded. They have what their thing, and that's how you do it.
looking at you, Inevitables.
Yes, the Inevitable is a great example. A personal code is only a part of a Lawful Neutral. Yeah, a monk has a personal code, but he's a very traditionalist. He values tradition.
See, Pathfinder pouch. This nondescript belt pouch is quite popular among those who need to smuggle items past snooping guards or government officials.
Or into towns.
Detect magic does not detect that it is magical. It holds 10 pounds or 2 cubic feet. With a command word, the wearer can close or open the extra dimensional space within the pouch. When closed, the pouch holds no more than a mundane belt pouch would do, though objects within the extra dimensional space remain stored, unreachable until the pouch is unsealed again. This allows the user to empty his pockets or even turn the pouch inside out to prove he carries no contraband, and access the hidden goods later on when in a safe place. Because of their non-magical auras, these pouches sometimes hold secret treasures for generations without their owners realizing their nature. That is one of the ways I carry around my spell books, by the way, as Zacharias was in Pathfinder pouches.
I see, because the detecting of non-magic is kind of nice. It's nice thing about the magic aura spell that you have that option.
Yep. I also had copies of my spell books in a secret chest that I could summon.
I expected that much.
Yep.
I mean, if I'm a high-level wizard, I do recommend taking whatever like the spell is that it means you can like memorize. You can memorize extra spells, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So have like magic, having the secret chest as a spell you can also cast without a spell book. It's like, don't care if you're taking stuff. I can get anything I want.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Great.
even if you sunder my spell book, or things I can't with you, I don't carry my spell book with me anymore. That was long ago I did that.
There's some things. Also, fun fact, we had the little conversation like, what happens about tripping? If you trip a flying creature, nothing happens. Otherwise, creatures without legs, nothing happens. Oozes, nothing happens.
Can't trip an ooze.
Swimming creatures can be technically. There's no clause against swimming creatures. Downside, if you're in the water and you're prone, the act of swimming means you can change your stance from prone to standing up instantly as part of the move action. So it doesn't do a lot while you're swimming.
We need to find a better place for shopping.
Well, there are the larger cities, but how it's harder to get into them.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Why do I have the undead page open? Oh, I know I had undead open because I was checking like, are undead actually immune to nauseated? I've never seen that clause before. It's like, no, they're not immune. The only thing they're immune to is the fortitude save.
Close enough, I think.
Yeah, they can't, because the fortitude save doesn't affect objects, you can't nauseate a brick. So, yeah, it doesn't work.
This nauseated brick.
The brick starts puking.
Mhm.
Like cement, like little bits of like dust and cement comes out. Like, That's some powerful magic you've used.
It is, yes, thank you.
I didn't know you were so powerful, Traxxas. So I must ask though, when you were sleeping, your snoring sounded like a duck.
What?
Voice mimicry, go.
Also, right now we have Advisor Skrillex once again on the stream. I do enjoy Advisor Skrillex. He's great.
Oh god, I just imagine now when your character's sleeping, like when your character's plotting out your revenge against that merchant. Almost like in your mind you're playing out that like the conversation you'd have back and forth, and with your voice mimicry you're actually making his voice.
Probably. Then getting really angry at it.
So you're actually doing both sides of the conversation in your head and like speaking out loud when you're sleeping by accident.
Could probably happen.
It's, evil plotting with voice mimicry, it's gonna happen, right? It's just innate to you, it just happens. Voice mimicry is quite nice though. Ooh, that's a nice picture of Tyraxis actually. Ooh.
That's my main picture.
On a token, it doesn't do justice.
No, it's difficult on a token.
And the very shimmering wings of the Volnix.
Yes. He's like sparkly, like a vampire. Wait a minute.
Not quite, doesn't really sparkle, just more shines. It's refractive.
That's right.
Which technically means under the correct circumstances it might create a rainbow, but that's besides the point.
Rainbow Dragon! You know, that might be how we do the weird thing. It's like a Captain America Iron Man thing. You hold up your reflective shield wings and I shoot my repulsor beams off them and like shoot
Is that how we're doing? Is that how we're doing this? It's like we're going to refract into a cone using that.
Sure.
Deploying wings.
Deploy wings.
Yeah, if we go to Iron God, that might be a case actually. Just saying.
Let's see. Was there anything else on level 5?
Feet, bab,
skill
defense,
points.
and skill points. That is something I have not done. Thank you for reminding me. So my stealth, my swim is fine. My stealth, I'm not putting any more points in because that's going to go down as we level up. Eventually, there's no point in having points in stealth. But swim is fine. I will continue to level up my fly as I've been doing this entire time. I will be able to fly in a tornado, goddammit, eventually. Why I don't want to fly in a tornado is a different question, but you know. I'll even put a point of knowledge into Arcana.
Oh my.
I'll actually have it trained. Remarkably good, actually.
I have knowledge local.
Congratulations.
Stoked.
It's true, we get every knowledge skill trained, don't we?
Uh-huh. Yeah, stealth doesn't seem to be very useful anymore.
It's useful when you're small and defenseless.
I'll put a point into the swim. It seems to be the most used skill, except perception at the moment.
Are you joining my +8?
Let's see here. Yes, I am.
Can I allow us to have? Do I need to raise this to a +9? Climb is something I'm not going to be putting more points in. I only put 1 point in there to get the favorite class bonus. I'm hoping got the class bonus to it.
How does T-Rex sleep with all those spikes all over his limbs? He doesn't have that many spikes. It's not that spiky.
I mean, also
he sleeps on soft, nice sand.
Also, you kind of get used to it.
Yeah. I'm not being stung by my own spikes.
So that would be pretty amusing. Sorry to say, but it'd be pretty amusing.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And then I need to upgrade my fly, which will be now plus... has 5 ranks in it, bringing it up to a plus 13 in fly, despite my now loss of size bonus.
What does a headband plus 2 headband cost?
4k
Damn it.
and 2k to craft, which even crafting is decently expensive at low level.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. I want a charisma one. So I can get my negative charisma.
You have negative charisma still?
I do. I need a headband.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, I kind of want a headband at some point as well, but that's because I'm on 11 right now, which means I can do first level spells just fine. Can't do more, but, you know, close.
And do we get any more attacks? Anything like that? I don't think so.
Nope, no more attacks. We only get the attacks when we get Dracomorphous. We have not got Dracomorphous this level. Yeah, you should got skill points, 1 point of Bab, 1 hit dice, feat, and a defense.
Right.
That's everything we have.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, if you had certain powers, they might level up, but I don't think you have any that level up.
My breath weapon goes up a snap.
Yeah, your breath weapon always goes up, and the size goes up with size. Well,
Yep.
the size of the breath weapon goes up with your actual size.
What? This is level 5. Complete.
Yep, I've just completed my one as well.
Wonderful.
Just saying, would it make sense for Tyraxis to have that point in swim? He doesn't like swimming.
He
Well, would you
really doesn't like swimming, but he has been forced to swim a lot recently.
Is it he has a point in swim so he can stop swimming as soon as possible?
He's learned it whether or not he likes it or not, basically.
Then there's Arvonix who just casually just swims on his back across the water. Yeah, Arvonix is totally okay with it.
Water is so splashy.
I know. Use his wing to splash you.
Ugh. Goes
And,
out.
and considering it's probably cold water right now.
Goes out of the pool, shoots lightning breath into the pool.
Good thing it's fresh water doesn't conduct.
Uh-huh.
Even fresh water does, because it's never distilled water.
It's true. It's true. But it doesn't conduct as much at least.
Anyways, I'm going to head off. Thanks for the session and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll see you next Friday.
Indeed.
Actually, I'll see you tomorrow, but I'll also see you next Friday, hopefully.
Sure. We will definitely see you next Friday. Let's see here. Was that the end of the call? That was indeed the end of the call. Well, that's going to be it, folks. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you again tomorrow for Forsaken Throne. And we'll, if you're not there for that, but you should, we're going to see you next week for more Tears of Tiamat. Bye!